Know yourself. Self-awareness is key in intimacy. If you know that sleeping with someone right now, if it doesn't go anywhere, is going to make you feel used and is going to in some way make you feel negatively, you're going to beat yourself up, then wait. Because there's nothing sexy about someone who jumps straight to frustration, anger, or shame after intimacy.
What can I learn from the people I hate the most?
Wow.
Now this does two things. It forces you to separate your morality from your search for effectiveness.
Right.
It also helps you to develop some degree of empathy.
The difference between school and life. In school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. In life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson.
I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. It's how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person that then inspires another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever.
When you say to yourself, right, you know what you've got to do, right? We all know what we've got to do. We say to ourselves, I've got to do, I should do it this way, or I should do this. And when you don't do that, and then you carry on, you feel, you know, like I always say, doubt is removed by action. So if you're not working, then that's where the doubt seeps in. So I knew things I should have been doing and things I shouldn't have been doing, and I still did them and didn't do them, if you get me. But now I'm listening to myself, and I followed my internal instruction, and it's just given me more passion and more focus and more drive, and I'm doing what I feel I need to do, and it's
I want to squeeze everything God gave me, the world, universe, whatever you believe in gave me, and we hesitate sometimes because we're afraid people and friends might make fun of us. Who gives a shit? They don't make statues of critics.
The idea of being obsessed with learning, growing, and adding value to me is the most important thing in life, because, you know, the only way we're happy is by making progress. You know, we grow and we feel alive. We give and we feel 10 times more alive. But you got to grow to have something to give. Yeah. So that'd be one. Two for me is, if you're going to be alive and you're not enjoying yourself, you've wasted your life. And it's like every day the gift is find something to appreciate, something to enjoy, something to love, something to give thanks for, because that sense of aliveness comes from that gratitude, comes from that peace. And then I'd say third, and simplistic as it sounds, love is everything. I mean, I trade the love that I have with my wife, my children, my dear friends, my coworkers, my audiences. I trade that for all the money in the world. I mean, no amount of money can match that process. But I'm appreciative of having the money because it allows.
stare at your past and you'll end up staying there. It's okay to look back and admire it, but you carry on. I'm not in the business of staring back at it. You know what I mean? And getting lost back there. People say a loss can make or break a fighter, but trust me, a win can also make or break a fighter, because they get comfortable with a win. People can get comfortable with a win, and slack off then. Slack off on the training. Slack off on the diet. They've won one. They're winners now. That's not me. You know, you sleep on a win, and you sleep.
At a young age, I watched how much my father struggled, and he worked hard. My father wasn't lazy. He got up at 6. He was busting his knuckles every day on cars and working really hard, and worked till late, and he was frustrated. I was like, wow, he works hard. So that whole thing of go to school, work hard has nothing to do with success. There's no correlation. I live in Phoenix, it's 110 degrees. I drive by, there's guys up on the roof putting a black tar roof on. They've been there all day, it's 5 o'clock at night. They're physically working harder than me. I think I recognized that at a young age. My dad was kind of like running on a treadmill. And then there was certain people in my town that just seemed happier, more successful, and they just did things just a little bit differently than the norm. And it made a
Kick it. Step on it. Kick it again. Pick it up. Unfold it. What is it? $100. How much is it worth? $100. Why is it worth $100? When it's been kicked, when it's been torn, when it's been messed up, how is it still worth $100? Because the person that created it says what its value is. Not what happened to it, but the person that created it sets its value. And maybe you've been kicked, maybe you've been crumpled, maybe you've been thrown down, but can I tell you that God will pick you up? And he said, you're still a son, you're still a daughter, you're still a child of God. I still say you're valuable. It's not because of what you've done, but because of what I've done for you. That's why I worship. That's why I glorify God.
Why are you only doing one thing? Why don't you do shit? Because you're fucking scared. Every person here that's not 100% happy, including myself, is not doing something because of judgment of somebody else.
Over the past, not even a month, I've gained 4 million followers, and it came at me very, very quickly.
Clearly.
Going from nothing to people knowing who I am.
Yep.
And with that is a lot of hate.
Yep.
And I was just wondering, like, from in school to comments, like, what's the best way to deal with that?
My belief is the best way to deal with that is compassion. If somebody at school or in the comments is taking the time to watch your videos and tell you that you're ugly, you suck, you're stupid, they're in a very bad place. I mean it. I've been taking hate for a decade. I've actually only seen it one way. I feel bad for them. To be in a place in your life where you are so hurting inside.
Go to the board and work this problem out for me. I said, sir, I can't do that. He said, why not? I said, I'm not one of your students. He said, do it anyhow. And the other kids started laughing, saying, he's Leslie, he's DT. And he said, what's DT? His brother is smart, but he's the dumb twin. And I said, I am, sir. And he came from behind his desk and he pointed at me. He said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your.
I don't know where you are in your journey of life, but fight to figure out who you are. Fight to figure out what success means to you. Don't let other people steer your ship. Don't get confused by people giving you guidance that might be well-intended, but it doesn't fit your soul. Figure out what makes you happy. Give impact, make an impact on the world. Give back to others, fuel your soul, obsess on.
You're not, they're going, how you keep yourself off your own show? Oh, I don't understand that.
Right.
I'm like, cause this motherfucker on automatic pilot.
Have you changed your lifestyle? You don't look like you're buying really expensive clothes.
No, I'm not buying really expensive clothes.
Are you buying things? Are you buying things that you would
No, I have a little like 1-bedroom apartment with a mattress on the floor. That's where I live.
Process of working on your dreams. You are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you. What you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you could ever begin to imagine. What you will realize is that you're greater than your circumstances, that you don't have to go through life being
If you're not devoting between 8 and 12 hours a day on your craft, then you're not really trying to be a professional. Right. Like, you got to realize you're trying to be competitive. Being a professional means being the best in the world. That doesn't just come with skill, that comes with discipline. Like, that means you're doing things that most won't.
Small minds discuss other people. Gossip. Good minds discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's one of your top
It is.
3 pieces.
Show me your friends and I show you your future. You want to know why you're all fucked up? Just look at the fucking bums you hang around with.
Can you give me some advice on how I can go from where I'm at to where I want to be? I would never say give me advice. I would say I'm so inspired by how you did this. Can you tell me the story of your success and what you had to overcome? Like, everyone wants to talk about their success. And so they gave me all the advice without having to ask.
Big conversation leading up to school starting. She was nervous because she was thinking about what kids would say when she got to school.
Of course.
Oh, you do TikTok? Like, even though she had a lot of followers, that was a concern. But then she started actually getting like opportunities and making money, so then it was okay.
But the funny thing is, they all post on TikTok too. It's just now that I have a following behind me, they're like, oh, well, that's cringy. She like actually tries. Like, no, all of you guys try.